Hello everyone, and welcome back to the latest and newest season of Jazzy Jeff's Trading Card Review Series. As always, these are trading cards. Let's review. So, first and foremost, with it being the new year, I guess that would dub this the newest season. So this is now Season 7 of Jazzy Jeff's Trading Card Review Series, and this is officially episode number 96. So, getting close to 100, which is exciting. As you all know, over the years, I have gone through many, episodes and many packs of trading cards. And it's been a wild ride. But along that ride, sometimes some cards get overlooked or forgotten about, or at least seem like they didn't really get shown properly. So this season is going to be a lot of possibly older cards that you may have seen before, but I know a lot that you haven't seen before. And each, episode will be a different theme, depending on what type of cards I want to talk about, or what maybe I want to bring certain, attention to detail with certain cards. So anyway, enough with all that. Don't want to bore you too much. I'm sure I lost Dan already. Okay, well, let's do it. It's been a while. I'm a little rusty, so I did make some notes to see if I can still wing it. So before I show that, I guess I should announce today's topic, which obviously you should all know from the thumbnail and the title of the video. I'm focusing on female trading cards, the women of trading cards, a lot of random superheroes and heroines, or heroines, however it's pronounced, and any type of card or any type of character, that is a girl or female, obviously, is highlighted. So essentially, these are just a bunch of cards that I think are really cool. It's not necessarily about looks or anything like that. They're just a bunch of cards that I really like, and I wanted to highlight them. So starting off the new year, giving it up for the women in trading cards. So let's fucking do it. All right, so up first, I actually didn't know about this, which was really funny, but this is Cold Heart. And very odd. I completely forgot that she was in Spider-Man. And even more funny, as I was going through my back issues, I have the very first issue that she makes an appearance. And I thought that was cool, and I wanted to show that off. But apparently she's some kind of expert martial artist, swordsman, and she's got powerful swords. Katarina Di Serrano. They have done some things with her recently, but I just thought that was such a cool card. And then when I was looking up more information on her, I was just like, hey, I have that issue. So, and the Hobgoblin happens to be on it, and I'm doing this whole thing on my Instagram with Hobgoblin. So, yeah, it all ties together, the whole universe, just this one giant circle. So, starting off with Cold Heart. And then jumping on to the next one, Angelina Barnacle or something like that. But we got Stunner. It's a stunner just looking at that card. And she was like Dr. Octopus's main squeeze, and she played a role during like the whole Ben Reilly Clone Saga thing, and you know, it was like the 90s and stuff like that. And she crossed paths with the Scarlet Spider and things of that, and regular Spider-Man. But yes, Stunner. So, and these are all part of the basically the Fleer Ultra line, essentially, which was really weird. It just worked out that way. Up next, the female symbiote, or later given the official name of Scream. And supposedly she's her original name was Donna Diego, which I had to look that up. I didn't know that. So for any of the hardcore Marvel fans out there, make fun of me. But, you know, I only followed Spider-Man for so far, and then it really started getting crazy. But really neat card, really cool character. Supposedly she's supposed to be a mix of Venom, Carnage, and then a third symbiote or something like that. But I'd have to talk to, you know, a hardcore geek to find out. Then we have Sable, the Mercenary, the some type of like she was like what was it? She would hunt for like war criminals and stuff like that. Similar, I guess, to kind of what they did with Black Widow a little bit in the Avengers films. But I always really liked Silver Sable, and it's a shame that she hasn't been in a Marvel movie yet. But obviously Nick Fury. Nick Fury is, though. So, but anyway, cool card, cool character. And then, of course, ending with Elektra, which I know of her, but I didn't know a lot about her. Her last name is Nastachios or something, Nachos. Very weird. It almost sounds like nachos. I don't know who gave her that last name. Kind of strange. But she's like a bounty hunter assassin, obviously, from the Daredevil universe. Another very, very cool card. So, there you go. There are those.
Electronic karate fighters! Tournament masters! Get your hands on the sound of real martial arts action. Armed with weapons and sound. Headstone versus Samurai Ninja. Cyberfist versus Tiger Ninja. All with the sound of real martial arts action.
Sounds like victory!
Each set comes with 2 fighters and weapons. Electronic karate tournament masters!
All right. Up next, shout out to VHS Flashback. These are the Goosebumps Pog and trading card combo, the 2 that I'll be sending you. But I figured I'd talk about this before I sent it off. It is the Girl Who Cried Monster trading card. So absolutely had to highlight that. Very cool, very neat. There you go. And speaking of awesome radical cards, obviously shout out to Shrinking Violet for the Yamaguchi card. If I'm talking about women on trading cards, obviously I've got to bring her up. And then a couple more cool ones here. Obviously I've talked about Greg and Tim Hildebrandt cards before and how ridiculously awesome they look and how shiny and nice and thick they are. This obviously is the 40s comic heroine, Black Cat. Not to be confused with the later Black Cat that would show up in the Spider-Man universe, which I will cover here in a moment. And this series was revived in the late 70s and 79. So, very awesome card. And, of course, if we're talking Black Cat, Felicia Hardy, of course. Not going to spend too much time on her. You guys probably know her. But all I'm going to say about Black Cat is there's been like 9 Spider-Man films. And Black Cat nor Felicia Hardy have not been in any of them, and that is a crime. All right, moving right along. This, once again, was something else I learned about, which was neat. I didn't know a whole lot about Wildcats. Wildcats was originally owned, or was made by Jim Lee, but owned by Image. But then at some point it got swept up by DC. So, this is her when she was with the Image universe, but this is Voodoo. And these are just such 90s styled cards, just really neat looking, really wild. I don't know. I really like them. I think they're really cool. And it's just a different era of, hand-drawn females. And they're all kind of different. They all have, sure, with some of them there might be similar themes. But up next, we have Typhoid Mary. Barely know her. Haven't really heard of her. Another female from the Marvel universe and the Daredevil universe. And apparently, her name, she's some kind of mutant. And apparently she also showed up in the Spider-Man universe. So, just a wild-looking card. Looks like almost something from like an 80s movie or something. And here's another one of her. I don't know why I have these cards or where they came from. And she looks so different here. She almost looks like a bumblebee or something. But just such a crazy, interesting-looking card and character. And I just felt like I needed to highlight that. I really like that Typhoid Mary one. And then, of course, Scarlet Witch, which a lot of you probably know from the Mutant/X-Men universe. And obviously Magneto's daughter. But I do forget sometimes, and I have to be reminded, because there's so many damn characters, it's hard to keep up with them all. So, there you go. That is those.
The new veal parmesan specialty sandwich at Burger King is delicioso.
Oh, just wait until you see our new delicious specialty. Tasty tender veal, topped with sauce and cheese. Try it, you'll love every bite. Go on, try it, delight your appetite. It's smothered with sauce and dripping with cheese and loaded with veal. May I have a bite, please? No one can resist your parmesan as good as this. Make it special, make it Burger King.
Alright, I didn't want this video going on forever, so I'm going to try to blast through these last ones. So here we have a Spider-Man villain, Shriek, part of the Maximum Carnage storyline. Of course, if we're talking Marvel women, I've got to show Mary Jane. Was really surprised that there was going to be a wedding one, like of her just by herself. So that was surprising. And of course, I guess you got to have the bikini shot. And then some like workout maybe or something and backstage in her dressing room. So there are those. Of course, got to give a shout out to the Yellow Ranger, of course, for female trading cards. Speaking of Power Rangers, really random. I talked about her before, but I had to bring her up again. Vanna Elvira, some random character in one of the episodes. So, and they did a trading card of her. I barely remember her in the show. And if we're going to bring up the fake Elvira, then of course I'm going to show off the real Elvira. And I know I've shown these cards probably 1,000 times, so that's why I'm moving fast, moving quick. All right. And then to end on some awesome cards, the actress Phoebe Kate, of course, obviously Kate in the Gremlins films, had to throw her in here, of course. Very important female, very beautiful female. And by the way, Eric, shout out to Retro Rook. I don't know if you can see the gum, but this is one of the cards that got ruined from gum. So believe me, pal, I know all about it. Of course, we're going to give a shout out to Judith O'Haig, the actress who plays April O'Neil in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 90s movie. Of course, that was a trading card. And then the last one, it's just perfect to start the year. The best. This is basically, you know, how I feel going into 2021. Rebuilding our world. And this is actually the final card in the Dinosaurs Attack series. I've talked about Dinosaurs Attacks many times throughout the years. Have not brought up Dinosaur Attacks in a while. This is obviously these were the cards that I did the very first episode of the show on. So if you haven't seen it, go all the way back to the beginning, episode 1. And it's just neat. They put a woman on it, just looking into the horizon, like Linda Hamilton in the original Terminator. Just wonderful. Okay, so that is it. And then this is sort of just like, I had to get it in there somehow. But it is Anne Gwynn in Weird Woman, part of the Lon Chaney series. The Inner Sanctum Mysteries. At some point, I'll need to talk about this. But I just thought that was cool. It was like a newspaper trading card that I cut out and laminated and you can put it on your fridge. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. This was episode 96. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope it wasn't too long. Thank you for watching. Once again, this was Women in Trading Cards. Have a great start to the new year. Thanks for watching. So it's 5 cards, 1 sticker, and 1 stick of bubblegum. So I may actually attempt to eat that. So there's that, if you can see it. And get a good look at that. Okay. So this is from 1988 and is made by Topps and sold for 25 cents back in 88. Definitely has that old playing card smell. Holy shit, these are like super gory. Here is the wrapper. And you can also tell inside that it left a nice skid mark. Nice little stain there. Now, despite the fact that I'm recovering, I'm saying about 80% better, maybe 85% better. This could be dangerous, eating this, but I think I'm going to do it. It's October. You're supposed to eat candy. So, I can't smell anything anyway. I don't know why I'm smelling it. So, here we go. Yeah, I think I'm going to end the video here. So.